What's going on with Ripple and XRP? Community? World Crypto Finance. It's the weekend. It's Friday and Saturday. It's December 10th. I'm looking forward to today. Go hang out and have a gingerbread house contest party, or whatever you want to call it. Watch a little World Cup while people make gingerbread houses and drink a couple of cold drinks. So what? Today, there is no football. Kind of slow down. Watch this video and listen. We're going to talk about what? What are we going to talk about? I'll tell you. We're going to talk about the grip of RS. Let you know that we watched the Jeremy Hogan video again last night. And we figured out what role we want to play for you. Here, we want to give you both possible outcomes. Let's talk about the evidence that the SEC is using against Ripple to try to prove that Ripple did market XRP. Talk about that with me. I'm going to show you a part of Hogan's video that you've probably never seen before. After that, we'll talk about it. We'll talk about it, folks. Certainly. Let's get started with this. We shouldn't waste any time. What do you have in mind? You got $70,221 worth of green pointer types in the last 24 hours. It comes in at $1,276 and is up 1%. I know, so don't go crazy over me. XRP, it's at 1.07% or 39 cents. In the last 24 hours, the USD has been stable under its dollar peg, as USDT is at $1. Coinbase is telling people to stop using USDT and switch to USDC, which is kind of funny. We have been hearing in this room for a long time. Since I've been here since 2017. That string is going to break. Now that Coinbase, a big user of Tether, is telling people to stop using it and switch to USDC, it's interesting. There's a lot of interest in what happens next. Every year, people say that Tethers are going to disappear, that the market is going to implode, that Tether is going to be audited and won't have enough money to stay in business, and that the whole market is going to drop by 95%. Because Tether is just being used to prop up the market, and we've been hearing this since 2017, it's interesting that Coinbase is now telling people to stay away from it. The total value of all cryptocurrencies on the market is $868 billion US dollars, and Bitcoin is still in the lead with 38.1%. Everyone, the markets are flat. Every day, twice a day, we go over market prices and talk about everything else. Where are we now? We're at a flat steel market until we get regulations and clean up this whole FTX thing. I don't think there will be a big price increase in the next year or so. 1.2 to 1.25 trillion below its all-time high. We'll get there, but it's a little higher than that. We're going to see a market worth $5 trillion. People, the cryptocurrency market is going to be worth $10 trillion. Cryptocurrency is here to stay. What is going to go away? The scams that are out there won't go away, and neither will the shit coins that people sell. They won't be able to trick people anymore. Excuse me. Now, we sent out this tweet yesterday, and now it's locked and loaded on Twitter. You don't know that we have small spin-the-wheel booths that cost less than $50 per spin. When you spin the wheel, a Lux Lions and Foot is given to you automatically. Right there, you get your money back. If you get the golden ticket, I think 5 people have already been confirmed to have claimed their golden tickets. You move up to the second level of spending. All of the prizes in the Tier 2 spend are jackpot prizes. The big wheel is it. You want to go there. A lot of these will have something to do with the metaverse. Some of them will have even more spins, like 10 Lux Lion spins, but the jackpot is the golden ticket, which my friend has already shown you right down here. He seems to be following tip number 16, which is what you were going for. When he put this out, you were going for that, crypto. Because she says that this is more than just bad behavior. The New York Times, Bloomberg, the Financial Times, and the Dow Jones all call her out on it. Everyone who used FTX on the day of filing to docs should not have this right under any circumstances. I would all go to the judge together and ask him to stop what's going on. It's easy. They are telling the District of Delaware that they want to share information about everyone who uses the FTX exchange with docs. Talk about privacy, talk about privacy worries, people, and let's hope that doesn't happen. And Jeremy Hogan sent out this tweet. Yesterday, his last video came out. This is the last short file that went to Jesse's video of him doing March's things. You should watch it. But I took another clip from it, and I want you to hear and listen carefully to the evidence that the SEC has to show that people who bought XRP had a good reason to believe that Ripple would cause prices to go up. Again, all we care about is trust, utility, and liquidity. If we can grow the network, that will be good for the value of XRP. And this is the best part of the whole protocol. This is 2014's Mr. Chris Larsen. And these are the kinds of things that really hurt Ripple. But this is going to court. Yes, you guessed it, another we have an ad that makes even $1,000 a month. And that proves it. So the question is whether the SEC has done enough to show that anyone could have reasonably relied on that one interview on YouTube and said, you know what? I'm going to go buy that XRP because that Chris Larsen guy looks like a nice guy. And he says that they are working to raise the price of XRP. I mean, the SEC has to sort of tie up all these loose ends with proof. I don't see any proof that it has, though. I don't think there is any proof that anyone who bought XRP even saw that video. So, as you can see, the SEC has a big problem with the common enterprise prong, which is my opinion and the opinion of at least 3 other lawyers. I also think there's a problem with the expectation of making money. And those smart lawyers think that will be enough for Ripple to win the whole case. This is so cool. Yeah. I've never seen that video. It's 2017. I've seen more privacy-related videos than you can imagine about Ripple and XRP. But that one of Chris Larsen we just saw, I've never seen it before, but Jeremy thinks it will be used as proof that this is a big deal because Mr. 14 doesn't usually say things that hurt Ripple. But this is going to court. And that proves it. So, the question is whether the SEC has done enough to show that anyone could have reasonably relied on that one interview on YouTube, and that anyone could have reasonably lied based on that one interview. I've never seen it, and you probably haven't either. Now, in 2014, it's back. I want you to remember that when the SEC looked into XRP, it was around 20 years ago, before 2016 or 2018. They said that nothing would be done about that Chris Larsen interview video from 2014 that you just saw. I'm sure that the SEC was aware of it. And if you fast forward 4 years, you'll see that they didn't do or say anything. It's a lot of fun. What's going to happen? It's clear that everyone is watching this case. I still think this year will end. If not, I'm sorry, but it's the end of March. It will be here before we know it in 3 months. DGP divots. It has to do with Jeremy Elgin. 50.12% chance that Ripple will win. You enjoy seeing it. Then Sasha held up this sign. I've been telling you this for a long time, folks. Senator Louise just said that the proof-of-stake merge makes Ethereum now a security. And if Ripple loses a theory, it could be next on the SEC's list of things to get rid of. So, I guess I'm asking, who is their savior? Right? What else can you say? We know that a security exists. Ethereum was already a security before the proof-of-stake merger happened. Not at all did we know he was a security when he had an ICO. We knew he was a security when he was selling and hiding their wallets and relying on a common enterprise. The token must be sold. We knew all of this, but nothing was done by the SEC. Why? It's not hard at all. Why? The reason is that Jay Clean and Bill Hinman. We work for Bitcoin and Ethereum law firms and help them get to the place where they can make lots of money. If that sounds easy to you, Michael, Brads, the results of the exchange bouncing audit showed that Ripple-backed digital token XRP had a reserve ratio of about 1%. I showed us this yesterday. It's a big deal. There's a lot of fun at FTX. Came out that crypto.com is the next one to implode and people will lose their money. So crypto.com did a small check. What did their investigation show? It's not hard at all. You want to see that they have real backings and are backing top assets on our exchange with a 1-to-1 ratio. He did the auditing. David, I meant to say, didn't do a crypto ICO, which means they clearly didn't do their own audit. They hired a good company to do the audit. The auditing firm came back and said, "Y'all, everything is fine." Then JB told me about this because I had noticed the micropayments, but just a few months ago, it would take 3 to 4 days for MasterCard or Visa payments to be settled. Today, it only took 30 minutes. That's very interesting because we already knew about the links to Visa or MasterCard, and MasterCard CTO has said publicly on stage that he has integrated. I should add that MasterCard has built Ripple's technology into the back end. We don't have an official word from Visa, but all the Visa ties and the bidding of Earth, which is the deep Ripple Net Connect partner, lead us to believe that MasterCard and Visa Bulk have the technology integrated. That's why they were fighting Earthport. And now we're seeing that these payments settle in 30 minutes, while it used to take 3 to 4 days. Very fascinating. Then there was DJP DeVos. And this Silver Dean laughs off the claim that he's stuck on payroll because I don't defend Reply, I defend the truth. That's the latest fun, right? Ripple pays John Dean to come out here and do all of this. Things that no one pays for. Dean has proof that this wasn't Ripple or XRP, but that it was Ethereum or some other token. And the truth was that it wasn't a guarantee that he would fight for them too. It just so happens that the SEC is just starting to move into Ripple now, isn't it? Let's say, keep an eye out for this court case. Keep an eye on this XRP price, and let's see what happens over the next few days. Keep an eye on them and be nice to each other. Out as there we go.